finding your grandpa's not gonna be easy.
Joey says that as if Pegasus literally stole Solomon's body when he ripped out his soul. Last we saw, his body collapsed on the couch at the end of the second episode. Also, does Joey think the goal is to search the castle for Solomon's soul when it's obviously in the hands of Pegasus himself? Yugi figured it out himself in the last episode.
If you can just try and act normal, we'll be okay.
Something we should have honestly done when we were hiding on the ship once all the contestants boarded in the last episode.
Keep it cool.
Acting cool means walking in an obvious I'm not supposed to be here fashion. How Tristan managed to escape this beats me.
Way to play it cool, Tristan. That wasn't suspicious at all.
I warned Yugi in the prior episode, Taya. The same goes for you. I got a Sinner's deck and I'm not afraid to use it if you take my job again.
You would never have caught that cold if it wasn't for Weevil.
How is Yugi not sick though? He also jumped into the ocean when Joey tried to retrieve the Exodia cards.
What's that?
Where is he, Taya?
Honestly, why doesn't Bakura just join up with the crew now? He ends up doing that late into the night, but if his goal was to retrieve the Millennium items, why didn't he tag along immediately upon the boat stopping? What's with the horror film tactics?
And there's Mako Tsunami.
Good thing we had these random extras naming each character we're totally not going to bump into later on in the show, and even then I already forgot about the freaky fish guy.
Wow, these are all the best duelists in the world.
You only named 3 of them, but because none of the rest are going to duel the main characters in this season, they make no difference and are irrelevant. I know that Pegasus is tall compared to a lot of characters, but this animation shot makes it look like he's a freaking 8-foot giant.
Boy, would I like to get just 5 minutes alone with that guy.
Knowing Pegasus, he probably would enjoy it.
To advance to the final level of competition, you must win 10 star chips.
Considering there's like 100 competitors, how the hell does it take several days for 4 finalists to successfully achieve 10 star chips? Truthfully, I'd expect at least 1 finalist to make it within 6 hours. Also, why do only 4 duelists get to enter the castle upon getting the 10 star chips? I think there really should be at least 8 participants to set up the quarterfinal rounds.
But I'll never be able to get in there with all the guards around.
Wait, did Yugi also plan on breaking into the castle to find his grandfather's soul? His soul was literally snatched away by magic, and Yugi expects it to be anywhere except with Pegasus himself? Here's how you can tell the actual important characters from the random extras. The extras are dressed so casual while everyone else has a unique hairstyle or outfit. Remind me to spike my hair in case I ever get invited to these things.
Your little sister's counting on you to win the tournament's prize money.
Yugi is immediately rooting for Joey to win the whole tournament when he's also in the tournament to save his grandfather. Sure, there's a chance they both can get what they're fighting for, but Yugi's acting like they both can win this whole tournament.
Where are all these MOTH?
Considering Weevil is running slower than Yugi's crew, how did they not catch up to him before they reached the dueling arena? Oh. So, is nobody going to ask how Yugi suddenly grew taller and replaced his white shoes with these blue ones? When the Pharaoh appears, it's more than his voice that gets altered.
As you wish!
Weevil's acceptance of the duel is what caused the dueling arena to rise from the ground, but wouldn't they already be set up for the rest of the competition before the ship ever arrived?
What is that?
The Pharaoh clearly saw this exact same thing when he dueled Kaiba, yet somehow has no idea what it is. How?
Because I have something else I think you want. My whole deck.
I don't see why Weevil would want Yugi's entire deck when his only desire was to ensure Exodia was lost for good. If I were Weevil, I'd still decline the offer due to having 2 star chips while Yugi just has 1.
Whoa, sounds like a duel is about to start.
So let's forget that we are contestants too and must duel to get 10 star chips. Let's just watch this duel instead of competing elsewhere.
But who's the other guy?
That guy is Yugimoto.
How does Joey hear them? Look at the distance between these 2 groups in this one shot. That random extra wasn't even shouting either.
Weevil's the regional champ. No new kid's got a chance against him.
Yet Yugi had a chance to beat Kaiba, so how does that not instantly translate to Yugi can beat Weevil?
Attack!
The Pharaoh instantly calls for Mammoth Graveyard to attack Weevil's insect, knowing it would normally cause both monsters to be destroyed as a result of a draw. This of course was done to dramatically introduce the field power bonuses, but why would the Pharaoh make a dumb move like that?
Take a look at your ferocious killer needle now.
Well, that doesn't make sense. The Killer Needle was destroyed a full minute after the Mammoth Graveyard vanished. Considering the field power bonuses gave both monsters equal strength, they both should have been destroyed at the same time.
Contains every type of field.
This island has a desert? I've seen the overhead shots. There is no desert to be seen within the Duelist Kingdom.
Monsters with a field power bonus were also resistant to magic attack.
Something that will instantly be forgotten of when several attacks caused by magic cards take place throughout this season. They're really making stuff up and then forgetting all about them later on.
And after it falls, my life points are next.
Yugi says that as if direct attacks on life points are a thing in Duel Monsters when that doesn't become a thing until Season 2, so what's to worry about here?
When he's dueling, it's like he becomes a totally different guy.
You're just now noticing that? The sudden height difference, the voice change, the added spikes on his hair, and the change of footwear didn't once tip you off that Yugi became a different person?
I defend with the Dark Magician!
If you put the Dark Magician face down in defense mode, why did you announce it? It ended up not being a bluff, too.
I'll destroy your very favorite card.
How does Weevil know the Dark Magician is Yugi's favorite card? The only thing known about him is he beat Seto Kaiba with Exodia. When did the subject of Dark Magician being Yugi's signature monster ever become famous?
And as you yourself said, you have used up all your monsters.
Man, even I know that was BS, because why would Weevil blatantly say that he only had a few insect monsters when he's got a deck loaded with them? We're on the second episode of this duel now, and at the cliffhanger, Weevil was happy and preparing his secret weapon. But when we start the second episode, now he's pissed off? Is this like WWE when crazy things happen during the commercial breaks or something?
She's always butting in with her big mouth.
Another thing about this series I find annoying is Taya getting upset at other girls doing pretty much anything. Whether it was nasty taunting like Mai's doing here, or anyone being friendlier than her. She is such an annoying character.
But this little bug won't stand a chance.
Sarcasm that normally should not fool Yugi, but sadly it ends up happening because this is only the 5th episode of the whole show.
I'll play him in defense mode.
Clearly the Pharaoh played a card in defense mode, considering that's his blue jacket in the shot and not Weevil's green jacket.
Next time, don't give your plan away.
The Pharaoh is the protagonist here, yet he's the one doing the waste of time monologue, and that should make even his friends realize that Weevil did not reveal his strategy. Weevil puts the Cocoon of Evolution on the field in attack mode, yet when it appears, the focus is on the defense points.
Shatter that cocoon!
This is really embarrassing. The defense points of the Cocoon of Evolution is at 2600, while Swift Gaia the Fierce Knight has 2300 attack points. Yet the Pharaoh figures it makes no difference and tries to attack the Cocoon. He ends up costing himself 300 life points for no reason.
For each attack that fails, my life points go down.
Then why did you attack in the first place, you idiot?
Any duelist that's ever gone up against Weevil has been trashed.
Hey, the same thing could be said about everyone who ever faced Seto Kaiba, and look what happened when Yugi dueled him. It's like his friends completely forgot about that. Great Moth? More like something that's the offspring of a moth and an elk with that noise. And I don't think I want to know how that conception occurred.
Still, you were unable to stop the evolution of my...
Since the rules state that it takes 5 turns for the ultimate Great Moth to appear from the Cocoon of Evolution, it absolutely should be destroyed right now. And if it isn't, it should at least be weaker due to hatching early.
My knight! He's the heart of my attack force!
Yugi is worried about Weevil destroying Gaia the Fierce Knight, but then he literally fuses it with Cursed Dragon immediately. So what was he so worried about if he already knew what to do? The attack points going down was enough for us to realize the Dragon Champion was getting weaker. The added in negative 100 explosions were overdramatic. Wait a minute, is this mist causing Weevil to also get soaked? Because last I checked, these are only holograms, not real monsters. That doesn't come until the later seasons.
Yapping, you selfish, pompous, bleach blonde, no...
Skip!
All this water boosts my monster's electrical attack by 1,000 points.
It's so amazing that I'll make sure to never use this strategy again in future duels when the situation calls for it too. Losing a duel really causes people to either faint or become severely depressed. So, did Weevil's soul get captured as well and placed into a trap card?